Hey, welcome back to the Lick of the Week videos. This is the third video in our series of redos where I'm going back to re-record those early, really terrible quality videos that I posted back in 2008. As far as I can tell, this is the third video that I posted on June 24th of 2008. Here's the lick. And we talked about it in the original video, showed a couple of playing examples what we could do with it. So maybe I'll break down the lick a little more extensively in this video, since we have a little more time on YouTube now to host videos than we did back then. So I'm going to start with the left hand. Let's see if we can get a good close-up of the fingerboard. The first partial position you're going to use is actually out of your full-blown D shape. We're just going to use the third and the fourth strings out of that shape. And we're going to play this pattern: 3, 4, open third. Again, 3, 4, open third. Out of that broken D chord shape. Then we're going to move to this blues position for G, which is pretty familiar to you if you play bluegrass banjo and you've listened to bluegrass banjo over the last 25 or 30 years. These are two really important notes that function kind of as a blues position for G, and with a capo it can be moved up to other places. We're going to play 2 at the first fret, 3 at the third fret, and then open 2. So it's kind of the same picking pattern moved down 2 strings. Back to the beginning: 3, 4, 3, open, 2, 3, 2, open. Then we're going to move up here to this partial A chord, and we're just going to play the second string at 5, the third string at 6. So those are the 2 notes out of the bigger A chord. And now we have 2, 3. Now instead of playing the open second string like you would expect, now you're going to play the open first. So it's 2, 3, 1. Then we're going to move to a partial D chord, a bar D at the 7th fret. You can finger it however you like. Just basically fret the bottom 2 strings and do a backwards roll. 1, 2, 5. So the whole lick put together is 3, 4, 3. I have 2 on the brain. 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 5. 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 5. So there's the left hand. Now let's see what the right hand is doing. Let's reverse the zoom. See if we can pop down to the left hand. To the right hand, I should say. See if we'll stay in the camera shot. So here's the right. And again, don't let my white legs blind you. Here's the right hand. And what we're going to do here is play. I think I can get a little closer with that zoom. Let's try it. There we go. We're going to play 3, 4, 3 with thumb, index, thumb, or thumb, index. Probably I'm going to favor index, thumb, index for this, because I know Scruggs players like to drop their thumb down a lot. But just like I said in the previous video, sometimes you get in trouble trying to use the thumb too much. Since these are partial positions, just kind of go with what the lick is telling you, which is use the finger that usually you would play on that string anyway. So I'm going to use index, thumb, index. Again, if you want to use your thumb more, you can, but I think you'll be better off not overusing the thumb for this. Index, thumb, index. 3, 4, 3. Then move those 2 fingers over to 2, 3, 2. Then when you go to your partial A, use the same 2 fingers, but now bring the middle finger over for the open first. Position, just a backwards roll. Middle, index, thumb. And by changing the time value of the notes, you can come up with just unbelievable number of variations. Now, how could you play this lick in a song? Well, it depends on the situation you're trying to use the lick in, how long a time space you have to work with, what you're allotted to use for the lick. If we were to count this out in like common time, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It'll take about a measure to play the lick. But again, just like you can do with any of the licks we've talked about in these videos, you can break it down into the individual fragments, because we know we have two notes, or basically a two-note position here, a two-note position here, a two-note position here, and a two-note position there. There are more than two notes each time. There's actually three. 3 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes, and then 3 notes here. So you have 2 fretted notes followed by 1 open string. That's kind of the mode of operation for this lick. 2 fretted, 1 open, 2 fretted, 1 open, 2 fretted, 1 open, 2 fretted, 1 open. And again, if you break this up into sections, then you have some ideas that you can use over different chord shapes. So since this is a D position that you're playing over, and you can use fragments of it to mix in with filler ideas that you play over D. This is a blues position for G. So you could use just the fragments themselves of each position to come up with ideas. This is an A fragment. So you could use that as a fragment that you can mix in with other licks you know for A. This is a partial D. So you could use that as something that can function over a bar chord D if you need a D lick. But so you have to use your imagination. If you want to use it as a standalone G lick, you can just play it like I did. And since it has a partial blues position, then you could use just those 2 notes mixed in with this. And you can make a lick out of that. And also, which I did show in the first video, you can reverse directions of the notes. You could start at the head of the lick and come down backwards. Make an interesting lick out of that. So the sky's the limit with this lick. Just have fun with it, experiment, try to use it over different chord progressions, use it as bits and pieces of the lick for standalone ideas that cover different chord shapes, or just play it as one big G lick in this case. But have fun, and we'll see you in the next redo video. Thanks.